Okay, and then ingredient number 4 is seeking God's voice and inviting him into this process, which is something we already talked about, right? This is where we really want to do what we did last session. We want to seek and hear God's voice and his narrative for our lives, his messages. We search for the ways his active voice in Scripture speaks to our everyday struggles, and then we're going to be with him. We're going to experience his presence in worship, or even through contemplative prayer, which is what we did as well. So when I think about this how to change, I wonder where to start. How do I start this process? How do I do this? And I just want to say that there's wonderful resources out there. There's wonderful resources that help us lean into God's voice on specific struggles. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters who have gone before us. They've spent years working out, even through their own stories, what does God say to my anger? What does God say to my struggle with lust? What does God say to the trauma or hurts that I received that I still seem to carry with me? And so we provided links to some of those resources that we trust deeply for your reference and for you to check out, which we'd highly recommend. Okay, so just to conclude the ingredients we talked about, 1 is safe people that you can be safe with. 2 is a place and people to speak the unspoken things. 3 is dealing with the past, which might be new. And as you heard, there's a lot of different ways that you can deal with your past. And number 4 was just seeking God's voice right now for your situation, for your struggles. I'm really hoping that this has shown you we're really complex. People are. Change is complex. We hope seeing this actually gives you more grace for yourself.
And what we're not saying here is that here's a list of everything that you need to do with every person that you walk through. One person that you walk through, they might need to talk really about where they came from in their family. Another person might need to talk about just really some beliefs that they have about themselves. And another person might not talk about any of those things. And so we just want you to feel the freedom to take this information to really inform you in when you're sitting with people. Here are some things that might be going on under the surface. We want to sit with people and really reflect the things that they're talking about and really just hold that space to be present for them. We also want to convey that we're with them. You shared about how that was really meaningful for you when someone was, I'm with you.
And then lastly, just want to talk about what happens when change doesn't happen. What happens when you're walking with someone and it just seems like, hey, this is taking a while, right? Or this is hard. You're coming up against the things that we've already described today. And that's where we just want to say, hey, change is not always just this clear, linear upward path. And if we treat it like that, it'll create a lot of pressure. I think a lot of times we say, do steps 1, 2, 3, and you're good. And the reality is that it's often not linear when someone is changing.
Just the ways that he brings about change look different sometimes than we expect, but sometimes it really blesses us and blows us away and really just creates this whole new level of intimacy that we can have with him when we really allow that heart change to come in. So I just wanted to offer that hope to you and really just give you the freedom to have that hope for the people that you walk with, that you can really hope for and believe in freedom for them with the things that they're walking through.